Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. Today I wanted to talk to you about guilt connected to OCD thoughts. A lot of the times, what can happen is you are disregarding, you are ignoring, you're not letting yourself ruminate, you're not letting yourself do compulsions, but you still, underneath it all, in your heart of hearts, are attributing these thoughts, feelings that come in to yourself. And that feeds the disorder. So just like you are disregarding the content of the thought, right? Because the content of the thought is very clear. Okay, whenever I have harm thoughts, I am going to make the choice to disregard, or religious OCD, whatever OCD you have, right? I'm going to make the choice to disregard. I'm not going to ruminate. Okay, that's clear. But then the person starts to feel guilt. And that guilt, they are taking seriously. And that taking seriously feeds the disorder. So you need to be in full mode of ignore, not just ignoring the content of the thoughts, but also the guilt and the other feelings associated with it. The brain is sending you this on autopilot. You have nothing to feel guilty about. This is like autofill when you have on your phone, you have autofill or suggestion. Why do you have the suggestion? Because you keep taking it seriously. So you keep clicking on it and the computer keeps auto-suggesting it. That's all that's happening. You have nothing to feel guilty about. The very fact that you worry about this day in and day out shows what kind of person you really are, shows that you are a good person, because bad people don't worry about being bad. That's why they get put in jail, because they don't know what else to do with them, because they can do something, because they don't worry about it. Now, okay, so here's the second, which brings me to the second part. A lot of the time, once you start to disregard completely, and the feeling of anxiety goes away, I've done videos on this before too. Once the anxiety starts to go, the person starts to feel even more guilt, worrying about, well, I don't even feel anxiety. I must be turning into a bad person. Again, this is OCD thinking. And again, you have to ignore. So guilt, if feeling of guilt comes in, it's faulty. Make the choice to ignore it. Lately, I've been finding that I like to use the word ignore more than disregard, because a lot of the times, especially new people, they're like, what does disregard mean? And it becomes confusing. When we say disregard, we really mean ignore. This word kind of got adopted to OCD recovery over time. But we mean ignore. You have to ignore the content of the thoughts. Then the thoughts, what if I never recover? What if the anxiety is going to be here forever? What if these feelings of guilt will never go away? Oh my God, I'm a bad person. All of this you need to ignore, because all of this is various ways how OCD gets its power up from you. So it's not just we're ignoring the content of the thought, we're also ignoring all the feelings associated with it. And I would say even further, and we can address it in another video, but even further, going into self-esteem, right? Because if you continuously allow yourself to feel like you're a bad person, I promise you, you will not morph into a bad person. But your self-esteem goes downhill. So it's very, very important that you don't attribute these thoughts to yourself. They're not representative of you. This is just autofill. And we know why it's sending you that, because you keep clicking on it, because you keep making it important. Every time it comes in, your reaction is, oh my God, I had another bad thought. I feel so guilty, right? And whenever you have this, it's like you're clicking on it, and then your brain just sends you more. That's what's happening. It's a very simple mechanism. So once you understand that as a computer, as a mechanism, you stop reacting to it as this is a part of me. No, it's not. I hope you find my videos helpful. Subscribe if you haven't. I am doing daily sessions if you are interested. All the information is on youhaveocd.com. I'll see you tomorrow.